everyone, and welcome to this edition of the Arlington Weekly News. I'm Craig Nolan. Thanks for joining us.
Well, welcome, Craig. I'm Daniel Pineda.
My name's Adele Quo.
Bienvenidos.
Buenas noches.
Buenas noches. Bienvenidos. Thanks for joining us. We are here in, almost the tail end of February 2016, our post-Valentine's Day, St. Patty's Day show.
What happened to President's Day?
Our
leap year.
President's Day show, our leap year show
Our
for
Nord
2016.
Beckerman birthday show.
Nord Beckerman's birthday show, and a whole lot of other things.
We
Thanks
love
for
our
joining
holidays.
us. We have our usual lineup of items here, our news and community bulletin board file, and Adele Quo is here with
It's Easy Being Green.
Adele's got her green tea going for her down there at the end of the anchor desk. And also Miriam has, I guess she's talking with Lauree McArdle of our very own WERA right here in the studio. And that's our show, a little abbreviated tonight, but before we begin, here's a social media reminder from my partner.
But still
here.
just as good.
Just as good.
Well, you can watch the Arlington Weekly News on our YouTube channel, Craig. That's youtube.com/Arlington Weekly News and the number 1, and also facebook.com/Arlington Weekly News. Mr. Nolan.
Right. Gracias, Senor Pineda.
Absolutely.
Here we go. News for Seniors Glasses in Place, the first of our news items. Well, Virginians will go to the polls for the Democratic and Republican presidential primaries. That's coming up on March 1st. The polls will be open from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. The Republican candidates who are still active, Marco Rubio, Ted Cruz, and Donald Trump. And the Democrats, on the Democratic side, the active campaign's still going. Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton, not necessarily in that order, depending on who you talk to. Some candidates who've already ended their campaigns may still appear on the ballot, however, so be aware of that. You can visit vote.arlingtonva.us/elections for more information. Daniel.
Incredible that Super Tuesday is just less than a week away.
Coming up.
Well, Craig, if you're a registered voter and plan to vote on March the 1st, be sure that you comply with Virginia's voting requirements. You must show a photo ID to vote at the polls or request an absentee ballot. IDs that make the cut include employer ID, student photo ID from a Virginia college or university or private school, Virginia driver's license, DNV ID card, or any U.S., Virginia, or Arlington issued ID that has a photograph, such as your passport, military ID, naturalization certificate, or Arlington senior ID from the sheriff's office. If you don't have any of these IDs, then contact the Office of Elections for a free photo ID just for voting in this election. Give them a call at 703-228-7063 or visit the website at vote.arlingtonva.us for more information. Craig.
All right, Daniel, some information now on the Arlington County budget. On February 18th, the county board got an update on Arlington's budget for fiscal year 2017. County Manager Mark Schwartz is proposing a 2.8% increase above the current budget. That brings the total to over $1 billion. The budget includes over $1.5 million more for public safety and a $13 million increase in schools funding. Other proposed uses for the budget spending include concrete maintenance and streetlight repair. In addition to the tax increase, Mr. Schwartz is also looking at ways to reduce tax rates and increase investment. So heads up, an increase coming for the 2017 budget. Daniel.
Well, Craig, the DNV requires all Arlington vehicles to meet Virginia's emission inspection requirements. That means you need to get your car inspected at least every 2 years at a certified emissions inspection station. Now you have a second option, Rapid Pass. It's an on-road emissions testing system that lets you go get your emissions inspection test while you're driving around town. There's zero waiting time, and there are multiple test locations, including on-ramps on highways and single-lane parts of the roadways. Just visit the website. That's at rapidpassingvirginia.com to learn more. Craig.
All right, Daniel. I tried Rapid Pass, and it works. I got my
Great.
tags renewed. They sent them to me in the mail.
No
and
waiting time, right?
It was great. All right, next up on our news items, here we go. They say birds of a feather flock together. And if you're young and want to be rich, then Arlington is the place for you to flock to. According to the website smartasset.com, Arlington County has the highest earning millennials in the country. They define millennials as 18 to 34-year-olds. This group has a median income of over $61,000 annually. This means they bring in the highest income in the country. But they also pay higher taxes, the second highest tax rate in the nation, at 26% of their income. So there is a bit of a drawback being in that tax bracket, but that's good to know about millennials here in Arlington. Well, we'll be back with our CBB file right after we hear from Adele and
It's easy being green. Where's Joe?
Adele?
Oh, hey guys. Yes, I think we're going to be missing Joe today. He is out working on his removal of impervious pavement. So he's out searching for next week's pervious pavement.
He's a busy frog.
He is. He's trying. And this week, bear with me, I'm going to be sipping on some green tea for It's Easy Being Green, removing impervious pavement. So just a reminder, Arlingtonians, it's that time of year for my favorite lottery. If you're an Arlington property owner interested in reducing stormwater runoff from your property and help to keep pollutants out of our streams, applications for the residential and HOA Stormwater Wise Landscapes 2016 programs are currently being accepted between February 14th and April 1st. Check the website on your screen for details. I learned that from Craig. arlingtonva.us/stormwaterwise. If you're selected through the program's lottery system, 4 practices are eligible for the reimbursement program to receive advice from county staff and funds to support your project. One of the 4 eligible practices is removal of impervious pavement, followed by soil amendment and native plantings. As an approved stormwater-wise landscape practice, pavement removal increases the amount of permeable ground on your property to allow rainwater to soak into the ground instead of becoming stormwater runoff from your property. Ideas of areas where pavement could be removed on your property include unused sport play areas, sections of a driveway that aren't used for parking, and patios and walkways that are no longer in use. A couple tips before you break ground: call Miss Utility to mark your utilities. It's free. And plan how your removed asphalt or concrete will be recycled. Concrete recycling is becoming increasingly popular, allowing reuse of the concrete aggregate while helping to keep construction costs down. After your pavement is removed, digging into the ground and adding compost or leaf mulch will help reduce that soil compaction and encourage the stormwater to soak into the ground. Plus, adding our native plants will improve soil permeability as well. Further, use mid-Atlantic native plants that are better adapted to our local climate and soils. Besides staying true to what nature intended for our region, mid-Atlantic native plants make us feel at home, and they remind us of this place we like to call home. And so remember, it's easy being green with pavement removal, soil amendment, and native plantings.
We want Joe. We want Joe.
Wow, he is going to be blown away how much he was missed. Yes,
Definitely.
I know,
Yeah,
I
we
missed him.
missed Joe. He's out on an assignment, I guess.
Exactly. Hopefully he's working hard and not, sometimes he has a little
He's not out
relapses.
there.
But a good replacement.
Ah, those Iceland trips, I just remember.
He's not out goofing off and
Exactly.
chasing other frogs around.
Well, I don't know if it's that time of year.
Well, that's great. So it's good to plant things and get rid of that concrete and those impervious
Exactly.
surfaces and plant things in your in your yard and
I would say it's a beautification project.
yeah, as well.
It's much prettier to look at, right?
Absolutely. Good
All
stuff.
right.
All right, thanks, Adele.
Thank
we
you, Adele.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Here we go. As promised now, our CBB, Community Bulletin Board file. Well, if you haven't been involved with anything so far to commemorate Black History Month, then you still have a chance. You still have an opportunity. Charles Drew Community Center will celebrate Black History Month Saturday, February 27th at Drew Community Center. This is a fun and free event.
Free.
Activities include live music, dancing, kids activities, soul food, and a hall of history with photos and artifacts from Arlington's historically African American churches and organizations. And several other vendors will be there selling their wares. For more information, give them a call, 703-228-3329, or you can visit the website parks.arlingtonva.us/events for more details and information. Daniel.
Well, Craig, with unconventional presidential candidates like Donald Trump and Bernie Sanders, some people may feel like they've, well, jumped through a rabbit hole and are living in a different world. At the library, you can have an otherworldly experience for just a few hours at the annual Lit Up Ball, that is. This year's theme is the book Alice in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. The event will be on Saturday, that's March the 12th, from 8 to 11 p.m. at the Clarendon Ballroom. Tickets are available now at Arlington Library Friends/lit-up-ball. Spots are limited, so be sure to purchase early. The proceeds will be used to support community literacy, specifically the 1,000 Books Before Kindergarten program. Mr. Nolan.
All right, gracias, Senor Pineda. The Lit Up Ball at the Clarendon Ballroom.
Yes.
Be a good one to check out. Also on our CBB file, if you're an amateur comedian or trying to become one, then here's something for you. You need some comic direction. This is for you. Arlington's Plaza Library is facilitating comedy workshops at the library to help anyone who is considering going on stage or want to take their comedic material, their comedy skills to the next level. The workshops will be held at Azalea Conference Room in the library, next to the Plaza Library, at 2100 Clarendon Boulevard. To register for this event, you can visit the county library or their website. The class will be held on Wednesdays from 7 to 9 p.m. in the evening throughout the month of March. Daniel.
Well, Craig, another way to recognize contributions African Americans have made to the country is by attending Opera Nova's fundraiser for its production of Treemanisha. Treemanisha was originally created by African American ragtime composer Stott Joplin back in Opera Nova will stage the opera in November. However, next month they will have a brunch fundraiser for it. Arlington Weekly News previously reported on the event. However, there are some changes to the details you should know about if you plan to attend. It will now be at 1 p.m. at the Washington Golf and Country Club in Arlington. Highlights include performances of show tunes and Treemanisha songs. The price to attend this performance and fundraiser is $50. Tickets are available at eventbrite.com. Give them a call at 703-536-7557. That's 703-536-7557, or email operanovaevents@gmail.com for more information. Craig.
All right, Daniel, that's a look at our CBB file, and we'll be back with a little more conversation right after we hear from Miriam Gennari and her guest. Here's Miriam.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of the Sustainable Scoop. I'm Miriam Gennari, and I'm here with Lauree McArdle. She's the Operations Manager for Arlington Independent Media. Welcome, Lauree.
Thank you.
We're so excited to talk today about WERA FM 96.7. Tell us about WERA and why it's so important in Arlington.
Well, thanks for having me, Miriam. We are in what's called the Air Studio of WERA. This beautiful space was created to broadcast to the Arlington community.
Now, have you tested the limits of the 26-mile radius with the station? I mean, how far can it be heard? What's the reach?
Yeah, we have about a 3.5-mile radius. We broadcast at 21 watts. It covers just about all of Arlington, a little bit into DC. And it can get fuzzy in some areas, but for the most part, we do cover the entire county. We're low power FM, so that's why we're such a low wattage, but it's small but mighty, and we can cover most of Arlington.
Well, I can tell you the signal's strong in Arlington Ridge and in Clarendon and in Ballston. I've enjoyed listening on the radio at 96.7 on my FM dial, and there's a great blend of music and talk, and the music is really diverse as well as the voices that you hear. My husband and I commented that listening in the morning is like sitting in a very happy coffee house. Amazing content.
Thank you. We're really excited.
I've been a member of Arlington Independent Media for 5 years. Does my membership cover privileges to produce content and programming for the radio station?
Yeah, that's the first step, is being a member. And since you've been a member for so long, you've already taken the introduction course and have taken some of our other classes. But somebody brand new would need to become a member. They would need to take the Introduction to Community Media course. And
Great course.
Yeah,
Great course.
It's a great overview of the mission of the organization as a whole, all the possibilities of what you can do here, because we're not just radio, we're television as well, as we are on the Arlington Weekly News.
There's not much you can't do. There's a few rules.
And then there's a couple different tracks you can take, but specifically for WERA, what you would do is you would take the on-air radio broadcast class. And we have a couple options. Sometimes that meets once a week for 3 weeks. Sometimes we do a quickie weekend class that you can come Saturday and Sunday. And that basically will show you how to operate this entire room so you can have a program.
I've got it. Here's my application and membership form right here.
That's the first step. And then to get a program on the air, you need to apply. Which is a little separate from the television aspect of Arlington Independent Media. We have the Program Advisory and Review Council. They're made up of an independent, it's a larger group of AIM members, but mostly members of the community. They review all the applications and see how it fits with the WERA mission and approve, or kind of, they don't really deny, they kind of ask to, they ask for more information or to resubmit.
Gotcha. Got you. The equipment here is amazing. I feel like a kid in a candy store. I look around here and it just surprises me that, regular people can operate machinery and equipment like this. Tell me about the technical crew, the people behind the scenes.
Yeah, it was a couple year long process. It wasn't that it just happened last year. Over the course of 3 or 4 years, the FCC had announced that they were opening this window for applications for low power FM, and that process started in 2012. And it was a community member that approached us to see if we were interested in that. And it took some time to develop that process and whether or not it was a good fit for us, but it really made sense and it was kind of a no-brainer to bring it on.
Recently, Arlington Independent Media changed its tagline to raise your voice. Between the television content and now the radio, why is it so important that citizens of our community create programming and come on the air and raise their voice?
Well, as you may know, there's a lot of broadcast media is owned by big corporations, and only a handful of them. And most of that is commercial in content, and so it's very specific and is very limited in many ways. So having non-commercial media such as Arlington Independent Media and WERA is really important, because it gives members of the community an opportunity to share their First Amendment rights and share their voice that otherwise wouldn't be heard.
And their passions too, right?
Very, very much so. And what's really cool that I think with radio is that there's some people who are like myself, who aren't always really happy to be on camera. I'm very happy to be here today.
You look lovely today.
But there are some people, particularly some of the diverse communities in Arlington where English isn't their first language, where it might be easier for them to share their stories and what they have to say.
And their music.
And their music in an audio format, because
Right.
they don't have that camera in front of them. So I think that's what's really exciting, and that's what with this project, I've been really excited about, is being able to bring those people in.
Well, I have to tell you, one of the reasons that I'm so excited living here in Arlington and doing the Arlington Weekly News. Arlington Weekly News is going to be one of the programs on WERA regularly. And there we cover local news, we cover zoning issues, we talk about Snowmageddon. We actually have a member of Arlington that's being considered for the Supreme Court. This area is really very, very local and very global, isn't it?
Yeah, and we're adding new programming every day. Where it's a work in progress and it's evolving. And that's one of the most rewarding things, is that as I meet with producers who've been approved for programs and work with them to get their program started and on the air, I get to meet all of these really great people who up until now hadn't been a part of our organization. And they're finding out more about what we do, and they're coming to us for the radio, but then they find out, oh, I can do video too? And I'm looking forward to having some multimedia events at our facility here, where we're on the air, we're live on the channel, we're live on the radio, we've got something going on in the studio.
And because you can stream, anybody can be watching during those specific hours. What I find really remarkable is that with the television station and now the radio station, you have a real multimedia outlet. That creates an opportunity not just for somebody to have a YouTube channel, but they could also have a podcast. They could also live stream anywhere, increasing that 700,000 individual reach in Arlington to really go global. I mean, imagine the retweets. It really gives us an opportunity to not only share content here in Arlington, but have that content be preserved, archived.
Yeah, and that's what's great about the technology, is that it's almost like a living archive of Arlington.
It is, which is why before we go, I have to mention the technical support behind programming in Arlington. The radio station and the television station have people who volunteer as crew members. So if you're not somebody who wants to be in front of the camera, but you want to run a soundboard, you can do that, right?
Yeah, we've got lots of opportunities for people to do that. In fact, that's how I got my start. I just wanted to be behind the scenes. I didn't want to be on the air, back in college. And there are many people who they like to do the technical stuff. They like to operate the board and make sure the sound is okay, and set up the music and cue things up. So there's all sorts of opportunities for that. And then we have production facilities that people can help out with too. And it becomes this creative community that we have here.
The best parties in Arlington happen at Arlington Independent Media.
Yeah.
Well, Lauree, is there anything else that we need to know about WERA other than tune it in right now?
Tune in 96.7 FM on the radio dial. You can go to WERA.FM and find our online stream. And you can get all the information. How to get involved is on there. Program applications are on there.
Special times for the Arlington Weekly News, because programming times are changing.
Yeah, there's the program schedules on there. It's being updated regularly. We have an on-demand section, so programs that have aired, you can go and listen to again if you missed them or caught the end.
Awesome.
Yeah, and it's constant. Every day something new is going up on the website.
Well, Lauree, I can't even thank you enough for your heroic effort and the effort of everyone at Arlington Independent Media and Arlington for making this happen for us. I want to thank Lauree McArdle, Operations Manager for Arlington Independent Media. I want to remind our viewers, don't be shy, get moving, don't be quiet, raise your voice. Listen to WERA 96.7 on your FM dial and watch the Arlington Weekly News and listen. That's the Sustainable Scoop. I'm Miriam Gennari. Back to the news desk.
All right, thanks, Miriam.
Great job.
In the studio at WERA.
And we can be heard on the station,
Don't
on the
change
radio
that
station.
dial.
Yeah.
Listen for a while. WERA 96.7, LPFM, Arlington.
Absolutely. And
That
a little quiz
looks
question.
Like that was a lot of fun. Talking to Lauree McArdle
Absolutely,
of
yes.
AIN
Yes.
staff here and WERA director. It's her baby, and boy, it's really taken off. They're doing great things over there.
And to go back to our Super Tuesday,
Oh, talking
I
about
wanted
Super
to ask
Tuesday
you a
now.
question,
yeah, this is
guys.
our Super Tuesday show.
So
Okay.
how many states?
Trivia, all right.
How many states are involved in Super Tuesday?
How many states have their primaries on Super Tuesday? I'm guessing 8. I'll say 8.
I'll say 11.
Ooh, both very close. 10.
10.
So Alabama, Alaska, Georgia,
Alaska.
Massachusetts. No, that's Arkansas. I'm sorry. Massachusetts, Minnesota, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Texas, Vermont, and Virginia.
Massachusetts? Not on just one sentence, two sentences. I said, okay. I haven't heard it pronounced like that in a while.
So 10 states.
Massachusetts.
Get out there and
So 10 states have it on Super
vote.
Tuesday, and boy, that's really going to tell. I mean, holy cow! Is there
Yeah.
any stopping the Trumpster? I don't know. What do you think?
What do you think,
Oh
Dodo?
gosh. No comment.
don't wanna
No
go there?
comment.
Holy cow! Well, he seems to be just off and running wild. So we'll see. What happened there? I don't know. Oh, we're over here on 3. Well, we're stretching now, or is it time to? Okay, we got to go now. So that's our pre-Super Tuesday and pre St. Patty's Day show for March for 2016. Next time we talk and do this again, it will be March. So if you're there, we'll be here and we'll try it all again. Have a safe week. Bye-bye.
Bye.